Hey guys, another quick merchandising review for the post Jagex just made about the economic impacts of the evolution of combat on RuneScape and its items. I decided to make a quick video because there are some interesting things in their post they're mentioning that you might be interested in. So the beginning is pretty funny because they're trying to calm their players down when you know everyone's going to freak out anyways no matter what they do. This is how it's always been and how it always will be, really. But what they focus on here is the fact that some of the less interesting gear so far, items you wouldn't really use, will now be more interesting. So what they're trying to do is offering more variety in the game, so more variety in both armor and weapons. So it isn't all focused on a single thing. So in different scenarios you will want to pick different setups, and that's what they want to go to. They want to make all the gear valuable. So stuff that is low right now will probably be worth more, and stuff that's worth more will probably be worth a bit less. But that is not all that's going on, because if you look in the text here, they mentioned bandos will still be the best non-degradable gear. That's true, but only for people in that level class. If you're a higher level, you're not going to pick bandos anymore, because you probably won't mind paying for degradable gear, which is just clearly so much better. Anyways, it's quite funny because they're trying to stabilize the market with this, but they're actually making people freak out, because those who have expensive gear, expensive weapons, expensive armor, they will be thinking, like, my gear will not be as useful as it was anymore, so I'm better off selling it and waiting what's going to happen. So what you'll probably see is people panicking about this instead of relaxing, which is what Jagex want them to do. So a good idea for you right now is pretty much to watch the market, follow a bunch of items, and try to catch their low point, because some items are definitely going to crash, and if you catch them at their low point, they're going to bounce right back up, and then you can make a nice quick profit. That's my advice for you guys for now. Well, then they continue to describe about new items they're planning to introduce, such as offhand items, like equivalents of existing weapons, and new gear. But the thing with this is there's a lot of talk about new materials, so there might be some items in game right now that will be useful for creating these new items, but we don't know which ones they are, and most of it will probably come from new drops and things like that to keep the game interesting. So right now there's not much to invest in this, and it's probably going to end up in people selling off their stuff just waiting to see what's going to happen. Now after that they bring up food, and this is a really interesting one because they're describing how lower food will be more effective at a lower constitution level. Now clearly not everyone is 99 constitution, or let's just call it hit points. People right now prefer to use rocktails, but if you're a lower level it will be just as effective to use something like monkfish. So what we'll see here is probably a slight decrease in price for the more expensive food, the high level food such as rocktails and maybe sharks, and an increase in price for the lower ones like monkfish, lobsters, what else is there around that class? Yeah, you get the idea. So a good investment at this point, if you have lower wealth, maybe these different types of food. But other than that, there's just very little to invest in here. It basically all comes down to be careful guys what you hold, because we're going to introduce a lot of new stuff, and interests are going to shift, and we don't really know what's going to happen to the market. That's what comes out of this post. When people read this, they don't feel comfortable in holding their items, which is probably going to end up in a lot of people selling their stuff just to be safe with their money. So expect a lot of items to drop over the next time until the evolution of combat is introduced. So I hope you guys learned some stuff, and that there will be some interesting effects on the market which will create some good opportunities for merchandising. I'll see you all next time. Take care.